Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to 20 Crazy Questions with Olivia Mae Graham.
Woo! Are you ready for this?
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me back. I'm nervous. I told you this. I don't know if I can do this.
Don't be nervous.
I think you'll be good.
Oh my God. They're the easiest questions ever,
Yeah.
I promise you.
They're fun. It's like if we were sitting and having a drink,
Yeah.
talking bull and just that's it.
We're just old friends getting to know each other.
Yeah, like would you go rob a bank with me, or that kind of. She's like, no, you're crazy.
That's just a maybe question.
I love it.
Okay, so
Ready.
this makes it easy. The first question: do you sleep with your door open or closed?
Closed.
Ooh, she was
See how
very
easy that
sure.
was?
Do people
Closed.
sleep with it open?
I do. Well, I've got dogs, so they come and
Yeah.
go.
Okay, you have
So I
dogs.
kind of have to
Yeah.
And cats, and the cat runs
No,
back and
that's
forth.
how like the monsters would get in.
Oh, you mean they don't get in through the closet?
The closet doors are closed too.
Mine's not.
This is like therapy. Are we like unpacking something here?
I've got a Chihuahua Terrier cross, so nothing gets in the front in the door
Okay,
without
so you're
being
safe.
growled at. So she's like,
doors open.
so yeah, I'm safe.
Yeah. So see, dogs are attack ADT systems, attack dog technology.
Yes.
Those little dogs. I can't speak for other dogs, but So tell me, do you have any guilty pleasure music? If so, what is it?
Guilty pleasure music. I mean, I don't feel guilty for any of it. Like I'll listen to everything.
Mhm.
I think the concept of guilty pleasure is like sneakily doing it. I probably force the people around me to listen to Taylor Swift maybe more than they would like to. But hey, like if it's my car, then it's like my
Yeah.
aux.
I see.
But
I am with you on that.
yeah, I
My
guess maybe.
music.
Yeah, I don't necessarily tell people that I listen to the Hannah Montana soundtrack more than I would like to admit. So maybe like if I'm like maybe Hannah Montana. But I don't feel shame, but I maybe just don't tell people. You'll see when my Spotify Wrapped comes out if I share it or if I don't.
We're ready for that.
Of those now. Okay, if you're having a bad day, what's your feel-good TV show or film?
Probably Grey's Anatomy. I would say Grey's Anatomy or Friends. I feel like those are like the most superior TV, like yeah, or Gilmore Girls. Depends on the season. But yeah.
This has got one for every season. This
Yeah, if they're in the fall and the sun, yeah, it depends like how bad was my mood,
I love it.
Severity of like, oh, she's rewatching that, like somebody should call for
We
help.
need to step away now. Leave her alone. I love it.
Finish this line. Today, my favorite song is.
I don't know if I have today.
I feel like there's a Taylor Swift song coming out. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, well, Taylor is in Canada right now for the Eras tour, and so we have tickets Saturday. So I've been listening on repeat, like anything off of like the Tortured Poets department right now is like I'm thinking of like My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys or Down Bad for some reason is like in my brain. But yeah, that's a hard question. Yeah. Those are maybe the ones I've listened to like before we got on this call. But yeah, okay, you stumped me. Keep going.
We'll get a little bit easier now, hopefully. What's your favorite sporting event? You just like sports.
It's Canada. She better say hockey. I'm just kidding.
I know.
I was really fortunate enough to be able to sing the national anthem for the Toronto Blue Jays a couple years ago.
Awesome.
So I had never, like up until this point in my life, I had never really been into sports because I was so into music that like being from a small town, you couldn't really pick both because sometimes they were happening at the same time. So it was always just music, and I never really got into sports at all. Just even like throughout high school and stuff, it was always just like all my extracurriculars were just music. So I never got to play sports, which meant that I never really watched them because I didn't really understand the game. But I would have to say, like, I think baseball, like after having that experience and singing for the Blue Jays, and then watching a baseball game and understanding, I was like, oh, okay, like I get sports now. So I would, but yeah, I do love hockey because I am from Canada, and so my little brother would play hockey, and so then I got a love for the sport like that. So yeah, baseball, hockey, I'm totally a sports girl.
I love it. I love it.
So, if you ever wrote a book, what genre would it be?
I feel like this shouldn't be like a hard question, but I think first what comes to mind would like I would love to write like a children's book, and kind of use that like a book for kids and talk about like bullying and talk about self-confidence, and I've had the pleasure of going into to schools here in Ontario and talk about my story and talk about following my dreams, and I think eventually I would love to turn that into like a children's book. But then I'd also love to write just like about music and about like yeah, I don't know. That'll be my answer. But that's a deep question. There's so many things that I want to do on like the vision board. So that would be the first one. Like I'd love to write a children's book.
Perfect.
I can see a whole series of books there, with through all the
Yeah.
songs. That'd be quite
Just with the
cool.
boots alone, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely. Talking Boots. I mean, come on, we got a whole new series
The
here.
whole thing. Yeah, I love
We've got
it.
cartoons, we've got movies. Yeah, we're sorted.
Exactly, exactly. No, that's wonderful.
Okay, if you could write with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Jim Croce, I
Mm.
think he's one of the most incredible songwriters of like history. And so yeah, being able to I don't even have to write with him. Like just like let me like I just want to be in the room, and watch how he did it. And the way he told stories was just so special. So yeah, I would say good old Jimmy.
Awesome.
It's a great choice. That is for sure. So tell us, what's the last book you read?
The last book I read, I'm so like the last book I finished. Oh, I kind of like I know that this is maybe a pet peeve of a lot of people, but I will have multiple books on the go at once. So I would say like right here on my desk, a book that I read every single day is The Creative Act, A Way of Being. But I don't like sit down and like read it. Like I'll like open it up and like I'll read like a page at a time or like a little like section at a time. But that book, like if you are into music, if you're into creating, like that is a book that like you need to absolutely have. I think the last book that I like finished in whole was probably like Where the Crawdads Sing, and I wanted to finish it before I watched the movie, and it was so good, like one of the best books I read in like a really long time. But yeah, I have many on at one time, and it freaks my mother out. She's like, just read one and then get done with it. And I can't because, then I get kind of bored and then I have to go to another one.
Yeah, I do the
So
same thing
yeah,
you
I'm
do.
all over the
I
place.
usually have 4 or 5 books going at a time sometimes, depending on,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So it's not
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have one just for enjoyment, right? And of course, I work in healthcare, so I try to have something that's relevant, either management, something like that, like more of like a
Yeah.
self-help-ish like that. So that's at least 2, right? So yeah, like, and then of course, the other 3 are just randomly whatever someone suggests or picks, or I'll try to read through them, and yeah. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. The Mountain Is You is a book that I've been reading too recently, and I really, really love it. Um, but oh my goodness, there's so many good ones. And Mel Robbins has a book coming out, at the end of this year, and I've already pre-ordered it, and I was like, I'm gonna catch up on all my books so I can just like sit down and read this one, and it's called The Let Them Theory, and I'm just so excited to read it. But yes, I need to catch up on some of my reading. Beautiful.
That's awesome. Awesome. Okay, this one's a little bit harder. Let's see. If your life was a reality show, what would it be called?
Well, I have a series on my YouTube channel actually called The Moments in Between. And so I kind of had this breaking point earlier this year where I feel like on social media we're able to kind of share the highs of our life and then behind the scenes like feel so many lows. And I was going, through a lot of self-help books and a lot of like reevaluating my life. And I'm like, what is success for me? And really defining like what does that look like for you? Like, and I think for me, it's all about how you show up in the day to day, and that, one thing isn't more important than the other thing. Um, and so I really wanted to kind of create my own like reality TV show for my fans, and take them on the journey with me and really commit to this like it's not about the highs or the lows in your life or in your career, in your journey that define you. I think the things that define you are all of the moments in between. Um, so it was kind of like my mission to start this YouTube series and be super open and super vulnerable about how sometimes, like, there's an episode that I was filming and I just like wanted to stop filming halfway through the day because it was just kind of turned out to be like a horrible day. And I'm like, I have to get to this photo shoot and I have a flat tire. And now my hair is getting wet because it's raining. Like, it's just a whole thing. And I was like, you know what? That was just as important as the photo shoot and just as important as going to the studio. And sometimes you don't get the vocal or you don't get the song that you're trying to write. And the days that you show up on the when you don't want to, I think are just as I think they're more important than the days you show up when you like it's easy to show up when you're playing a show and when you feel really excited about something. It's hard to show up, when you don't know what's next and you don't know that. So I would say the moments in between because I feel like that's been something that I've kind of said a lot. And I was like, hey, these are the moments in between. You play the show and then you're with all of these people and everybody loves you. And then like you're alone in your car on the drive home and you're just like going to Tim Hortons to get like a tea or whatever. All of those memories are just so important. So yeah, that would be the title of my reality TV show. And it kind of already exists. So if you go on my YouTube channel, you can watch it.
You can watch it. Awesome.
It's not all sad either. Like some of it's a lot of fun. But yeah, but chasing a dream in music is just like it's a roller coaster. And I think trying to like steady it out with like the moments in between, and remembering that I'm not just a country singer. Like I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, I'm a girlfriend, and I can like my worth comes from different areas. Sometimes like when you're so busy and when you're on the road, you're in like a different like vortex. And then you come home and you're like, oh, I'm like a regular person that has to do laundry and like catch up on life. But those things I love just as much as being able to be on the road and play shows. So
That's awesome. You probably learn more from those little moments than you do from other experiences. It's like if you've seen the Reba film, what is it? Is There Life Out There? And she's going through college and everything else. Then she has this argument, and something gets spilt on her work, and she says to the tutor, "I learned more from that stain than I did from the paper itself." Because she learnt more from the family and everything else. So I think, as you said, having a flat tire and getting your hair wet, you probably learnt more from that experience than you did from the photo shoot or something else. Do you know what I mean? And that, that's how we grow.
absolutely. And that's where the songs come from. So like um I love being busy and I love playing shows and be like I love it so much. But in order to write songs, you have to have those real life experiences and you have to, have an argument with your boyfriend, which you can't do if you haven't seen him for a week. You know what I mean? Like not I don't just go there to argue with him, but you know what I mean?
We need to have an argument, honey. Need a song to write.
I think about, like piss me off. But you have to live your life and sometimes I'm like tell my managers I'm like I have to go to the mall today and they're like My manager's a guy. And he's like, why? And I'm like, because I'm a girl and I need to go shopping. And he's like, yeah, but we have Amazon. I was like, no, no, no. Like, I need to go to the mall today
This is my
because
Zen moment. Like I get to just go look at things, look at pretty clothes, whatever. Just take
and
time out.
people like I love people watching and then like how like just all of it. Like I just love living life. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's so
Besides
true.
watching people make great songs, right?
Definitely.
Exactly.
I love people watching. People watching is a great sport.
You write this whole song about someone that's not even true. Like it's yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
I love it. Yeah. A lot of my song ideas do come from like my friends and stuff, especially like when I was in university, some girls would like come back to like our dorm and just like talk about like a date that they went on or whatever. And it's like that's where the songs come from, you know? So stay grounded in who you are, because sometimes it's easy to lose sight of that, and then you can get caught up in the, well, this is what I should be looking like, and this is what I should wear, and this is like who I should be, and always coming back to like who I want to be, you know. And again, like it's easy to show up and be positive and to have a great attitude on the days that, you know, you're playing a big show or you're going to the studio or whatever, and it's but it's like, can I show up as that person if I just have to go to the grocery store? Because you never know if you're going to meet someone there who's listened to your music or anything like that. And that's just as important as playing a big show, you know? It's that conversation and that communication. So a long answer, sorry. But my TV show would be called The Moments in Between.
So tell us something on your bucket list.
Something on my bucket list. Ooh. There's a lot of things on my bucket list. One thing that I would really love to do, and this is just me manifesting and putting it out there before the end of 2025, is I would love to be able to put my out my debut album, and that's been something that I've been working on, and due to, you know, the finances, like all of the things, it's just taken a minute. And so I finally feel like I'm at the place creatively, that I'm like ready to just go in and record the album, and I'm like, let's do it and figure out how it can be done and just believe in it. So that's a big thing that's on my bucket list for the next year.
Awesome. It's out there. Come on, people.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
We
we're
need
gonna put it out there.
We need this album. We need this album. Okay. Which artist would you love to do a duet with?
Do it. Probably Jim Croce. Feel like if I can pick anyone, you know, if I could go up to heaven and sing a duet, I think that would be really, really cool. He's kind of like a songwriting legend in my eyes, but if I had to pick someone who was alive, I would definitely like obviously Taylor Swift. But yeah, oh my gosh, there's so many amazing artists. I think for me, when it comes to who to collaborate with, like I have a very specific like message and kind of like what I want to put out into the world. So it would be making sure that that artist kind of like aligns with those values. Like Noah Kahan just popped into my brain. Like he's incredible. Gracie Abrams. Like there's so many incredible, incredible, incredible artists. So Zach Top also, he's like all over my For You page on TikTok. I don't know if you guys have heard of him yet, but like he is like taken over the world. I love it.
Perfect. I'll have to go check him out.
Yeah.
So tell us, do you have a game plan for the zombie apocalypse? If so, what is it?
For the zombie apocalypse. I wouldn't want to survive it, I don't think. Like, I don't know. I just, it depends, because like, tell me, like, does my family die in the zombie apocalypse? Because then like just take me with them. I don't know. I don't think the zombies would come to Canada. Like, I think they would come to Canada last. So
Probably it's cold in Canada, especially if it's winter time, because we've established that they don't like there's hasn't been like zombie films in snow. So I'm guessing we're safe if we go where it's like really cold.
Yeah.
I'm just
so I'm safe. It's like summer around here lasts about 7 minutes, so we're safe. It's good.
Perfect.
So I don't need a plan. I don't know. No, I don't have a plan.
Just stay in Canada, you'll be
just stay in
fine.
Canada, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like, you know what? If we're not all surviving, I don't know if I want to survive. Sorry, that's dark.
That went deep. I feel like this is a psychology moment then now. You have to
There's something going
analyze
on
it and break it out and
Okay, the easiest question you're ever going to be asked: Android or Apple?
I've always only ever used Apple. So I'm biased on that front, but yes, I'm a big Apple fan.
She's an Apple girl. Woohoo!
Yes, but I've never used Android, so I can't maybe
Can't
look into the
compare.
possibility, but yeah, it's definitely I think it's easier to just have like my computer like everything just kind of like just
Everything,
works
everything
together.
communicates well.
Yeah.
that's why I have Android because I don't have Apple products everywhere.
Yeah, and I feel like, sometimes there are different features that are better for people, and I've seen like Android phones, and I was like, there's like a lot of great technology on there. But since everything for me is app, like I just want to AirDrop, like I don't want to hassle with anything.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I get you. Okay, so this might be a difficult question, and I'm not sure, but hypothetically, if I called you and said, "Hey, Olivia, I need to go hide a dead body. Do you know a good place?"
Know a good place to hide one?
Yeah.
I'm in Canada. Like there's a lot of open space here. Like you just yeah.
I think I have it solved. Every Canadian that's answered this question is like, yeah, there's plenty of space in Canada. Just come in.
Up north. Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you look at the map of Canada of like where like the population at, like there's a lot of space up north that people wouldn't go to. So personally I haven't done it, like so I don't know how it would work, but I'm sure
Really glad you haven't had to hide any dead bodies. I'm very
Yeah.
glad for that. Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure we could find a space.
Perfect.
There's going to be a hole somewhere that hasn't been used up yet. Yeah.
As long as it's not winter, because we're not going to be able to
Yeah.
dig the hole. That's frost line.
But so yeah. Yeah. You have to get it over the border, I guess. You're gonna get stopped. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to get a little flight, learn to fly a Cessna or something.
Yep.
There you
Yeah.
go, see?
Yeah.
There we
She's
go.
got it all planned out. I'm worried. I'm worried.
I need to be a pilot first, so that's by that time it's probably gonna decompose in like my backyard or something.
Yeah.
So
We
is
want
this
what
like
that's
happening
smelling.
like pre or post zombie apocalypse?
Oh, if it's post zombie apocalypse, I think I'm good. I can just drive across the border. No one's gonna care.
I don't think anyone will really care by
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. So post zombie.
Let's work on
Pre zombie, there's a whole
Yeah.
The
chaos
whole
of
issue there.
yeah.
I love it. I love that pre or post zombie. No one ever asked that question.
I
She's
know, that's a
thinking
great question.
about it. I love that. That is very cool. That is very, very cool. Okay. If you owned a bar, what would you call it?
A bar? Well, it would probably be like an ice cream bar, because I love ice cream. And what would I call it? I don't know. We have like a ice cream place like around my hometown called Scoops, and I think that's cool because like you go to ice like you get your scoops. So I like that. So maybe I'd just buy it from them. I don't know. But yeah, maybe I'd call it Boots. If it's like an actual bar, I don't know. It's good. It's not on brand for me, this whole bar thing. But Boots would be a cool name for a bar.
That'd be cool. If it's an ice cream bar, you could have OMG ices.
OMG, OMG.
Ices. Oh my God, ices. OMG ices. There you go.
That's cute. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. There's lots we could do with that.
Yeah.
Cool, actually.
So tell us, if we made a movie about your life tomorrow, who would you want to play you?
So when Outer Banks first came out, a lot of people were texting me and they're like, Sarah Cameron, like you look like Sarah Cameron. And I was just like, so I would have to say like the queen, like Madeline Klein, like she take the role. Like, yeah, she's so great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's your guilty pleasure food?
That's a good question. Again, I don't feel guilty for any of it. Like I'll just eat it. I love ice cream. Like I love sweets. I have a huge sweet tooth. So Yeah, probably that ice cream bar that I'm gonna open up called Boots. Yeah, I'm probably just all of the ice cream. Um, yeah.
Do you have one particular flavour, or is it just it doesn't matter as long as it's ice cream?
Kind of like depending on the season. So like if like in the summer, like something like strawberry, like a strawberry shortcake or just like a strawberry ice cream. And then in the winter it's more of like a cookie dough or chocolate, or like anything with like fudge. So it does kind of change per season.
I love that.
But yes, I love some good ice cream.
I'm envisioning the glass cups, like mugs that you would give out for the ice cream sundaes. Like, like I'm just envisioning those. Like, yeah.
Yes. It was so funny because on the set of our music video for Boots, I think I still have one on my shelf up here. But we bought these like root beer bottles. And so my mom and I put like little like decals on them and we called it Boot Beer. So at my ice cream parlor, we will have Boot Beer floats.
Root beer floats. I love
Love
it.
it.
I think that would be
Beer
cute. That would
floats.
be really cute.
Oh,
That is cool.
oh.
I love that.
So tell us something you would never do.
Something I would never do.
Mhm.
Hide a body with you. Like, I'm sorry, girl. You're gonna have to call someone else to call you in. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Something
I'm not
I would
calling you.
never do. I don't know. I've never had to think of that before. I've never willingly jump out of a plane. Some people do that and they go skydiving. I personally don't have any desire to do that ever.
Playful.
Um, yeah, I don't know. There's probably a few things that I would never want to do. Um, like a roller coaster theme park, like not my, you won't catch me at one of those. I went when I was a kid. No, I like my feet on the ground. Um, Probably anything with heights. I think that's what we're getting at.
Yeah.
I think so.
Any situation that I could like die in, like probably.
I love that.
I totally get you.
Okay. If you were an animal, what would you be?
I would probably, this is a boring answer, but I've thought about it very intensely. And I think if I could come back as like any type of animal, like I would want to be a cat because and not just like I would want to be a cat that lives in like a dual income house and just lay around and eat treats and sleep on the sofa and then get yelled at because you're not allowed to sleep on the sofa. Like I'd want to be a cat. Just I would
I love it.
all the time. I could still play the piano, like it would be great.
Okay, well, just so you know, I built a kitty condo out of cardboard boxes because she loves them. So, it's like Barbie dream house for the cat.
There you go.
See, I want to be in the house of like a woman that makes me a Barbie.
That's the sort of cat woman you want.
Yep.
Yes. I love it. That's truly
That is
amazing.
awesome. That is very cool.
So, last but not least, do you have any words of wisdom that you live by or that you'd like to share with us?
Words of wisdom that I live by. I've said it multiple times in this interview. Like, if you have a dream in your heart, like, go chase it. You owe it to yourself. For me, like, something that I'm living by is like, on the days you don't want to show up, those are the most important days to show up. So just push through that resistance and really try to build those habits and also know like the words that you say to yourself are so important. I've been getting into like neuroscience and like when you look at the brain and like all of the research that they're doing, it's like you can rewire your brain and rewire your belief system that and I think that that's so cool. And so as an artist and as someone who's done music her whole life, having a belief system that was kind of built on when I do a good job, people clap, and people like, give me praise for being good. Really getting to that, like, who am I as an artist? And like, yeah. But just know like the words that you tell yourself are so, so important. So if you tell yourself that you can't do something, then you're right, So, but if you tell yourself that you can, you're also right. So you get to choose what that is and what that looks like for you. So just be kind to yourself and be kind to others around you, because you never know what someone's going through. Talk all
Beautiful
day.
words.
Sorry, guys.
I love it. That is
It's
very
beautiful
good.
advice.
That
Absolutely.
is, definitely.
It's been
We-
fun. Mhm.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for those amazing questions. Like truly. Some of them caught me off guard, which is like good. Good. I like a challenge. But thank you both so much for taking the time to chat with me. And to anyone watching, like thanks for taking the time to watch this. But yeah, just just keep on talking about music and believing in music, because it's people like the both of you that believe in emerging artists that and give us a spot to really showcase our music that truly like means the world. Like if you ask any independent artist, like, hey, do you want to talk about like your music for 20 minutes? Like, yes, thank you. So thank you for this opportunity.
It's our pleasure. And you're welcome back anytime. So
Definitely.
feel free to come back and drive us
keep me
crazy,
posted on
get
the
some new
album.
questions,
Manifesting. I love it. Yeah.
It has been a pleasure having you. And friends, make sure you go check out links in the description. If you haven't checked out the interview yet, go check it out now. And we'll see you all here next time. Have a great day, everyone.
If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.